Hi, it's Hope and welcome to the video. This is going to be my April mid-month wrap-up, and this is my first month ever doing like a wrap-up, so bear with me when I do this. I have all of the books that I read, how many stars, what the rating I gave, and a little bit about them on my phone. So if I look, when I'm looking down, I'm looking at my phone. I have the stack of physical books that I've read here. For the any book I read that I read a ebook for, I will pop it up right here. But that was true. And if I kind of start swirling, it's because I'm on a spinny chair. I always spin, so I felt like I should say that. So the first is, I'm going to kind of hold up the entire trilogy, but it's the, excuse me, what light will you not, I like that. It is the selection series by Kiera Cass, and this is the first, I guess, 3 books of the series, like the main trilogy. I've already forgotten my star rating. I gave the selection 4.5, the elite 4.5, and the 1 5 stars. So this one was my favorite, and you're going to struggle to see it because of the light I have here. It apparently doesn't like it. But I'm gonna mainly talk about, obviously, like the first one, because, well, I can't really talk about these two without giving huge spoilers. So firstly, this one was not on my, technically on my to be read for the month, but I had to do it, especially because I think it was the day before I started reading the one that the Netflix movie got announced, which I'm excited for. But for the books, I really enjoyed them. They're so cute and so fluffy. I have little, what exactly did I have written in my notes? One thing that I did like about these books is that I liked learning about and liked kind of where we're going with it is the casts and how, depending on your thing, you do certain things, which I found that kind of unique-ish. I really enjoyed, this is kind of, I guess, kind of a spoiler for this, but I liked what where we're going with the rebels, and I'm excited to read the other 2 books, and as well as the novella. I own the other 2 books, but the novella paperback bind up I'm hoping on buying sometime this week, and then it'll take a couple weeks to ship, obviously, but yeah. I don't really have much to say except these books are so in the wrong order. But these books are so cute, so sweet. They are, yes, America isn't the best made character. She can kind of be a bit bratty and a bit, contradicting on her thoughts and a bit stubborn, but I think that's what I like most about that, is how I see a bit of myself in America. So yeah, I'm just gonna put those there. The next one is A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Brigid Kemmerer, and I give that 4 stars. So this is obviously the sequel to A Curse So Dark and Lonely, so it's the 2nd book in the series. So this, what I'm gonna say, will definitely spoil the first book, and probably have some struggles in, some spoilers in the 2nd book, but I preferred the first one, I think solely because of how I found Gray in this book a little bit stupid, because if the secret he's holding out from Ren, if Gray would have told Ren right away, none of the book would have needed to happen. And because what Gray is all like, oh, if I tell Ren XYZ will happen, I have a feeling that wouldn't have happened because of their friendship. But like, and also Gray's decision put many other people in danger as well. But I am kind of excited to see where the next one goes, because it's going to be like kind of like Gray and the people that he's kind of now associated with, we'll say that, and then like Ren and like his people. So it'll be kind of like them. It'll be like them kind of fighting it out, bickering it out. And I have no idea how the next book's gonna go. I'm excited for it though. See what I mean? I suck at these. The next book is Search for Medallion by Shelton, and that is 4 stars. And again, this is a like a sequel, so there might be spoilers for the first one and the second one. But so in this book, obviously, our 2 main characters go to like this go to a different wizarding school in this world, and shit hits the fan basically. And I enjoyed learning more about the world because they travel, and you also learn about the creatures in the world, which I kind of liked. And like, you get this kind of new, not entirely new cast characters, but like some of these new characters I actually really enjoyed, and I'm excited to see where the third one goes, because what happened in the second one is kind of was like really, it's kind of like really like all what the 2 main characters did was kind of all for nothing until the very last basic chapter, where it was like, oh yeah, this thing you're looking for was actually here all along. You weren't even looking in the right place, and it was literally under your noses the entire time, but you didn't know. So that was kind of a bit like, really, we did all that? So yeah. The next book is Dreamfall by Amy Plum, and as you can see, I have tabs. This is the first time I ever did tabs in a book. But this book deals with characters that have insomnia, and they go to a what's the word? What do I have? I don't know. What's the word? What's the thing? Experiment, they become test subjects for an experiment to deal with insomnia, and that goes wrong. And I'm just going to kind of read what I have about. It deals with characters who have insomnia, which is caused by many different things, including like things that they talk about are PTSD, things like medical conditions like narcolepsy, and then depression, anxiety, all those type of things. And shockingly, the medical talk was like dumbed down to the point where I could understand it, which I really did enjoy. And it does talk a bit about mental health and all that, so that was kind of a thing when I was reading. I was like, oh, really? Like, I like that. The horror elements were fun, but they weren't, like, scary. I think there was only one moment that I was like, oh, crap, I don't like that. Because it's kind of something that was, like, it's kind of one of my fears, I guess. So that was kind of like, I was like, oh, okay, yep, I don't like this. But, and like the horror elements are these people's worst nightmares, what they're most scared of. And we see 3 different point of views, which I enjoyed. 2 of them are 2 of our characters that are like in the nightmares, and the third one is a medical intern who is sitting in on the trial as part of their what's the word, is like a medical student doing like their medical, like an internship type thing. So we see inside the nightmares and then like what's going on to the actual bodies of the people that are in the nightmares, which I kind of like. This is one I might go in more in depth. I might do a more in-depth review if I can find time this month, because I seriously enjoyed it. I forgot to mention, I gave this a 5-star. But I might do a full review kind of talking more about like the characters and like the more into the plot, but I enjoyed this so much. Stupid thing. I'm using my computer as a light, so. Did I do them all? No. And then I don't have the other one written down because I finished last night. But the final book that I read these past 2 weeks, like this till the mid-month thing, is I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver. I think that's how you pronounce their last name. But this book is about a person who's non-binary, that obviously comes out as non-binary and then gets kicked out and is forced, not is forced, but it moves in with their sister, and it's kind of like it's their journey through their last few months of high school, like dealing with everything that's going on in their life. And I really enjoyed it. I think I read it in like 3.5 hours or something. Yeah, I read it in literally almost one sitting. By almost one sitting, I mean I was reading it, I got hungry, I went and grabbed a snack, I ate the snack while reading the book, while continuing with the book. So, it was so cute, and it dealt with mental health issues, which that's something that reading in a book I really enjoy reading mental health in a book, because obviously that's not something to glamorize or to be like, I enjoyed that, but it was nice to see the kind of real look at it from like the real look at it from someone who is different from yourself. And I did enjoy this book so much because I've never read a book, or I don't think I've consumed any sort of media that contains a non-binary person, and that's, I want to be more educated overall with the LGBTQ plus community. I want to be more, not more well aware, but learn as much as I can about as much different things, because as someone who is a part of the LGBTQ plus community, I want to learn more about it, because I can only kind of express my thoughts from my point of view and what I know. So it's kind of fun to learn about different aspects from these different point of views, and this book shares one of those views. And plus it has a really cute friendship. I went kind of a little bit deep, but so those were the how many books? The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? I feel like there's a book missing. If there's a book missing, I will add it to next, like the end of the month wrap up, which I'll have more like stats and all that about this month. But this is my first attempt at a wrap up, so I hope it was okay. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye!